Hello TikTokers. Today I want to talk about gaps, and when I say gaps I mean gaps in the calendar. If you're self-employed, unless you are subcontracted, on a site or subcontracted by another builder for large, extensions or projects like that go on for months on end, unless you're doing that sort of self-employed work, I would imagine you are sort of like a sole trader. You might have got one or two people that you work alongside, but you don't employ them. And essentially every quote you send is a job for you to win yourself, is direct with like a domestic customer, and like I said, every job you send is a job that you want to win specifically for yourself. So the gaps in the calendar, I've been doing this for years now, and I still I think I'm well organised. I know I am, not blowing my own trumpet, but I know that my organisational skills are pretty good, and my planning skills are good as well. But I still can't fill 100% of my calendar. I still have days where I go out and do like 3, maybe 4 quotes all back to back all day, and then the next day potentially writing them up and sending them out. So that's essentially, that might be like 2 days of unpaid work, and those would be gaps where I haven't got a paid job booked for that day. I've had some leads come in which I haven't managed to follow up because I was busy with other jobs, and then suddenly I've got this gap where for whatever reason I couldn't fill it, and then I'm like, right, quickly jump on those quotes to fill that gap. So that's what I'm doing today, is catching up with contacts, with leads, and sending out quotes. But I just wanted to know how other people deal with it, and how they overcome these gaps, how they minimize these gaps. Like years ago I was doing quotes in my evenings, which is okay when you're first starting up a business and you're very motivated and you want to get on and do it, but it wears you down, and really you've got to have your evenings off. You can't work all week and every evening as well. It's not healthy. So I tried to set aside, what I did is I did some time blocking, and I tried to set aside like Wednesdays, I think it was mornings, I was going out to do quotes, and then Fridays, when you're a bit tired end of the week, was writing them up and sending them out. That was working quite well to get into a rhythm and a routine, but it doesn't always work. Like, it seems like jobs, I don't know why, like I've looked back in the history of all my jobs and I thought, oh well, December's always going to be a quiet month, that's okay because people don't want work done in their house coming up to Christmas. But then last year I was so busy I couldn't keep up. So I've tried to work out what the rhythms are, the time of the year. Oh, it's summer holidays, people are away, all this sort of thing. And I can't work it out. Last year I did lots of patio jobs and masonry jobs, block work, walling, that sort of thing. This year I've done loads of painting jobs. I don't know like what the routine is. I can't work it out time of year. I also can't work it out the type of jobs people want to do. A few years back, I remember 3 or 4 customers all contacted me about bath shower screens. I did about 3 or 4 in a row in like 1 month, and then I haven't done any shower screen installations since then. So it seems really random. But I want to know how other people deal with it. But also, how do you not, what's the word? Not freak out, but how do you not get nervous? Like when you go, oh, I've got gaps that aren't filled, do you just go, that's okay, it's normal? 3 or 4 days off every month, gaps that I couldn't fill is normal? Or like, do you have like a number in your head? If you've been working for like 20 years, do you go, yeah, 4 days off every month, just not days off at holiday, I mean 4 days where I just couldn't fill those gaps in my calendar every month is perfectly normal and acceptable. At what level do you say, this is worrying now, I haven't got enough work? Do you go, oh, well, I've been out of work for 2 weeks. Obviously, everyone's going to be worried about that unless you've got a booked holiday. So for me, at the moment, I've had school holidays of the kids, so I've been looking after them once a day, 1 day per week, sorry. And I've had multiple holidays booked with the kids as well. And I've tried to fit jobs in between. And then, like I said, now I've got a gap where I'm catching up with quotes and sending those out. I think school holidays for a self-employed dad like me are always going to be difficult because you're always torn between filling your calendar and spending time with your kids and spending money and everything on going away on holiday. So it's always difficult, and it's always a bit stop-start, but also a lot of your customers are probably parents as well. So they haven't got 100% attention on the project that you're working on or sending out quotes. I think now September is a good time to get back on it, because everyone's busy. Everyone's like, right, kids are back to school, let's get on, let's get this house sorted, ready for Christmas, that sort of thing. But yeah, what's your normal level of gaps in your calendar that you simply can't fill? And when do you start to get worried? How many gaps or how many days off in a month would you say this is worrying now, there's not enough work around?